Stand Tall by Joan Bauer, Chapter 7. Mocha pecan frosted brownies wrapped in cellophane with a plaid bow, sitting on Mom's kitchen counter. Grandpa's favorite. Tree knew she was going to let him stay at Dad's. "Give these to Leo," Mom said. "I know this is an important week for all of you. I called your grandpa. We had a good talk. We hadn't talked for..." She started to cry and stopped herself. "Thanks, Mom. I'll come in." He was about to say visit. "I'll come over and tell you how everyone is doing, and Curtis and Larry will come too. And maybe Bradley even." He looked at Conan, who couldn't care less. She touched his arm. "I know you have things to do to get ready." "I love you, Mom. I love you too." He looked down. She looked up. She was 5'9". He bent down to give her a hug, took the brownies, almost dropped them, clutched the tray, walked carefully out the door. He didn't see her fold her arms tight, lean against the refrigerator, and start to cry. Curtis and Larry barreled into the house, tossed duffels in the hall. "You look old enough to go. You might as well have one." Curtis threw a University of New Hampshire sweatshirt to Tree. Tree put it on, beaming. "Thanks." Smiled at Larry, who looked upset. "Hi." "Hi." Larry stood extra tall, didn't smile back. "Did you grow more?" Larry was 5'11". Tree shrugged. "Probably." "You're the little brother now," Curtis laughed, poking Larry. "Shut up," Larry snarled. Curtis, 6'1", looked at Tree. How tall will he become? Stay tuned for the late breaking news. Tree slumped a little. "Come on, you guys." Dad came racing home in the Kramer Sports Mart van, and they all headed to the VA to pick up Grandpa. But Grandpa couldn't get in the van. It was too high. Curtis and Larry tried to lift him. Grandpa cracked his head on the door. "I'm going to need more surgery, and I'm not home yet." Tree on hands and knees, a human step. Curtis and Larry lifted Grandpa up on Tree to the passenger seat. Curtis stepped on Tree's right hand. Larry stepped on Tree's left hand, and Tree shrieked right there in the hospital quiet zone. "We're going to grab a hold of the first rule of electrical power," Grandpa hollered. "You need a negative charge and a positive one to get something moving. We've got the negative. We're going to find the positive if it kills us." Swoosh. Tree had just put a submarine sandwich in the basket and let it ride to Grandpa in the living room. Curtis timed it. 13.5 seconds, Curtis shouted. Grandpa laughed. "You could earn money with this rig." He pulled the rope from his end, shot the basket back. "You forgot the chips," he yelled. Tree grabbed the basket that was racing toward him, stuck chips inside, hurled it back. "I can get used to this," Grandpa shouted. Curtis and Larry took over, trying to get the kitchen to living room run down to 10 seconds. Bradley stayed in the hall. A knock on the door. Mrs. Clitter walked in, holding a basket, gave Grandpa a lovesick smile. "Leo, this must be such a difficult time. I'm here to help in any way I can." "Hello, Dorothy," he said miserably. Swoosh, she looked up, saw the ropes, the basket hurtling toward her. "Duck," Grandpa ordered. She did. The basket flew by, stopped by Grandpa's arm. "What is that?" Mrs. Clitter held her basket tight. "State-of-the-art, in-house food delivery by an up-and-coming genius." He sent the basket back. Tree was so proud. She stayed low. "I brought cookies." "That's kind of you, Dorothy. You want to see my scar?" "Actually..." He leaned down to unroll the bandage. "It's still pretty ugly. It might be oozing pus or something worse." "I'll come back later, Leo." She left the basket on the table and raced out the door. Bradley barked. Everyone laughed, ate the cookies. Grandpa tried to get comfortable on the couch. Couldn't. Tree could see the pain in his face. "Are you okay?" Tree kept asking. "I'm okay," he kept answering over the next few days as he did his exercises, practiced with his walker, strengthened the parts that were weak and were strong. "How much time do I have left?" Grandpa asked it, huffing and puffing on his exercise mat in the living room. He was doing his abdominal exercises twice a day like Mona Arnold told him. Tree checked his stopwatch. 10 minutes. "I've been doing this for half a day." "It's been 2 minutes, Grandpa." Tough soldier face. Sucked in his gut, kept going, picked up the hand weights on the table. Tree wished there were exercises to help you get strong after your parents got divorced. He and his brothers could use them. Larry was hardly ever home. When he was home, he'd just lie on the couch watching TV. Curtis didn't seem to want to do much. They hadn't gone to a movie yet, hadn't practiced basketball together. Tree wondered if divorce was like war and always had a lasting effect on people who went through it.